Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News, which is always myself, Five. I got my brother here, Mr. Scott Tripp, aka the Crypto Beast. As you guys know, we like to get together, jump through some of the crypto headlines, grab a couple, bring them to your attention, and see what you guys think about them. As always, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe down below. Let us know how we're doing. If there's any feedback that you also want to give to us. And then before we get started today, we like to just jump over to let Scott introduce himself and give us the daily market sentiment. So without further ado, Scott, let us know what the sentiment is today.
I feel a little bit more bullish than before, but I'm still holding out. Like I think there's something going on in the market right now. I think with the stock market and stuff, they are talking about cryptocurrency doing a run when the stock market is going into a recession. But I mean, that would be that separation that I've always been talking about. And I don't know if we're ready for that yet, or if it's 100% possible at the moment, but I guess we're just going to have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think, still that neutral feeling, if anything, maybe more neutral bullish, but always just watching everything. There's still so much controversy going on in the world with markets and other financial sectors. So it's always that thing where you got to kind of watch out for it, right? But without further ado, we'll jump right into the first article today. It's going to be coming from Cointelegraph. The headline reads, Ripple claims a very big win in SEC case. So Ripple Labs has struck a blow against the SEC case after presiding judge made a ruling that one Ripple community lawyer calls a very big win for Ripple. So the SEC filed a suit in 2020 against Ripple and executives Brad Garlinghouse and Christian Larson for selling unregistered securities. So presiding judge Sarah Netburn denied the SEC's request to consider shielding documents underprivileged related to a June 2018 speech made by SEC's then director, William Hinman. In the speech, Hinman said Bitcoin and Ether are not securities. The SEC previously did not object to those documents falling outside deliberative process privilege or the DPP protection, as it is suggested they are only concern Hinman's personal views and not SEC policies. So the SEC subsequently changed tack to argue that the speech reflected in Ripple's policy rather than Hinman's personal views, and it should be considered. Judge Netburn said that the SEC should not contradict itself in trying to flip-flop on its assertions. In her decision, she wrote, the SEC seeks to have it both ways, but the speech was either intended to reflect agency policy or it was not. Having insisted that it reflected Hinman's personal views, the SEC cannot reject it as its own. So this is getting pretty touchy with the SEC case. You're starting to see a lot more things come out from the case here recently. Basically, the SEC is saying, hey, look, did Hinman say that Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't securities? Yeah, he did, but he wasn't speaking for the SEC. Those was just his personal policy. And now the judge is like, well, you can't say that they aren't, and then he's a director. Like, is it like, which one is it? Like, is he a director? Is he not a director? Is he a kindergarten teacher? Like, what does he do? So if he was, so it's just kind of funny to see how all of this plays out. And I think, I think the case will probably drag out a little bit longer, but I mean, it's good to see some, XRP lawyers being able to fight back. And it's good to see the judge actually respecting both sides equally.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And I'll share my first article right now. So celebrities toss 87 million to crypto payment company Moonpay, fundraising the latest sign of mounting interest among glitterati and crypto fintech. Crypto payment company Moonpay got almost 16% of its most recent funding round from celebrities. More than 60 musicians, actors, and other personalities collectively offered about 87 million in the firm's latest round of funding. Moonpay said in a press release Wednesday, late last year, the startup raised 555 million in a Series A round led by Tiger Global Management and Coatue Management that valued the company at 3.4 billion. Celebrities on the investor roster included Ashton Kutcher, Justin Bieber, Stephen Aoki, I forget how to say his name, Gwyneth Paltrow, Maria Sharapova, Diplo, Post Malone, Drake, Matthew McConaughey, Bruce Willis, Mindy Kaling, and Paris Hilton. Moonpay's fundraiser is the latest sign of the mounting interest among the glitterati in crypto-focused financial technology. NFTs and the blockchain technology that underpins them have the potential to disrupt the music, film, fashion, and gaming industries by allowing creators to secure financing, control their intellectual property, and sell their works directly to consumers without the help of intermediaries. Moonpay chief executive Ivan Soto Wright said NFTs are more than just JPEGs and provide a way for artists and creators to manage royalties. The company seeks to help them think about strategies for the emerging blockchain-based web or Web3, he said in an interview. So this is amazing news, you guys. Like it's good to see the celebrities get on there. When you have celebrities and you have other people that are slowly going to move into the market because they see them do it. It's kind of like, it's just one of those things. People are creatures of habit, right? So when they see somebody they love doing something, they're typically one to grab onto it and do it as well.
Oh yeah, kind of like a kind of like one of those hybrid type things where everybody like monkey see, monkey do. But it's kind of cool to see people getting into the Moonpay thing, and you know, we were there at the conference and we got to meet some of the people that work for the team and also some of the other payment people who are taking payments and onboarding the, you know, tokens and things of that nature. It's a big market for it. I mean, you got to think. We talked about a little bit earlier. It may be easier to, you know, get cross-chain on the using fiat in a sense, just because of regulatory clarity. So because they want to see these transactions happen, right? In a vast sense, right? So definitely something to keep your eye out on. I know a lot of these people that are investing aren't you know, they're celebrities, and so they're not financial advisors. So hopefully people are doing their research before they actually put their money in as well. So to go over to my next article, at this point, Scott, I'm starting to just get enthused by, you know, how bullish the Luna Foundation is on Bitcoin. So we're just going to start tracking their balance every time they, you know, because they're only 495 Bitcoin away from Tesla's balance right now. So the next article is coming from bitcoin.com. It says Luna's Foundation buys 2,508 Bitcoin for $100 million. Stash is only 495 Bitcoin away from Tesla's balance. So on April 13th, Terra acquired 2,508.94 Bitcoin, close to about $100 million at the time of settlement. The purchase follows the 4,130 Bitcoin LFG scoop up 3 days ago. And Luna's wallet is just 495 from surpassing Bitcoin's treasury stash. So after attaining the 2,508.94 Bitcoin, they now hold 42,406 Bitcoin, worth estimated $1.79 billion. Luna's wallet has seen a total of 68 transactions, but I've never sent a single Satoshi out of the wallet. A myriad of dust transaction has been sent to the LFG wallet on a daily basis. So it's funny that people are trying to send dust attacks to the wallet, because obviously the wallet's a public address. But it just goes to show you how, you know, how bullish Luna is on you know, Bitcoin and you know, having it as a stable backing. No matter, I don't think, like they said, they're not looking at it on the short term. I think if this goes down to 30,000 or heads to 50,000, I think their game plan is the same. It's the dollar cost to average in to get to how much they actually wanted to buy in. So it just goes to show you, like, even on the magnitude of somebody like that, they're still going to dollar cost average in. So I just love the way they're doing it. I think it's a smart way to build stability behind what they already have, which is an amazing project. So
definitely, for sure. And then my next article is on Brazil, which we have talked about in the past before. Brazil Senate announces incoming approval of the Bitcoin law. The law will allow the president of Brazil to designate or create a regulatory agency to oversee the crypto market. The bill regulating the cryptocurrency market in Brazil is expected to be approved by the National Congress in the first half of this year, according to Cointelegraph Brazil. The legislation, which is debated in the Chamber of Deputies since 2015, has been approved in the first round of consideration. The Senate has attached to it another crypto-focused bill, which has already been approved by the Economics Affairs Committee of the Senate. Two legislators, Senator Raja Abru and Deputy Aruro Ribeiro, both rapporteurs of the aforementioned proposals in their respective legislative chambers, are drafting a unified text of the bill that will be sent to the full Senate vote. I'm doing everything in contact with the chamber's rapporteur, who did a very good job. The central bank's technical team has also been very helpful. The texts are similar and converged into one, said Senator Araja. Araja also pointed out that the president of the Senate, Rodrigo Pacheco, is expected to put the unified bill to an April plenary vote, he said. By joining the projects together, we have accelerated the approval of the cryptocurrency milestone. This is a market demand for a safer business environment and the need for criminal classifications to avoid fraud, in addition to adjusting Brazil to international agreements. The approval of the law in plenary will not make Bitcoin legal tender in Brazil, as it does in El Salvador. The proposed law will allow the Brazilian president to determine a federal entity responsible for establishing rules for cryptocurrencies. The president would either create a new regulator or delegate this function to the nation's Security and Exchange Commission or the Central Bank of Brazil. The regulator would be responsible for defining market guidelines and establishing norms in line with international standards to prevent money laundering and the concealment of assets. So basically regulating Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, which is great. With regulation, you get adoption. That's as simple as it is.
Yeah, you just get more large capital, right? Where we can only grow as big as our pool allows us, if you're thinking in the terms of fish, right? Like the larger the water, maybe the bigger the fish. So the more liquidity we can get flowing into the market, the more we'll all be happy to get to where we want to get to. My last article will actually be a really short one. I just wanted to highlight one of the events that was going on this week. It's going to be coming from Cointelegraph. The headline reads, Paris Blockchain Week, April 13th, latest updates from the Cointelegraph team on the ground. So Paris Blockchain Week, which is the PPWS, a flagship European blockchain conference hosted at Polaris Broganat in Paris, started on Wednesday with an all-star cast. Fresh after announcing its French version, Cointelegraph has set up a team for the event. First day of the event, we'll see significant names in the crypto and blockchain ecosystem speak about the crucial topics with the ecosystem. Cointelegraph team will represent last minute updates. And they're pretty much today. I know that there were some speakers coming up from, Algorand, the founder of Algorand. There was some people from the Polkadot team there as well. And here's some of the things that we're actually talking about here. So they said here, no one is looking to Vitalik for any sponsorship within the Ethereum ecosystem because it doesn't make any sense. Ethereum itself is a totally decentralized. You can't find anybody to change a co-founder of the Phelan network. Marvin Tong said. This was just some people that were speaking some of the highlights that they made. Centralized entities like Twitter or Facebook make it very hard for users to make a real change. Elon's bought over 9% of Twitter, and even he failed to add the edit button to the platform. The main attraction of Web3 is giving more control to the users, and that was from Quantstamp CEO Richard Ma. And I'll read one more. Web3 from one of the speeches is Web3 is a Web3 is a decentralization and true ownership, according to the Sandbox Vice President of Marketing Rahim Ataba. Web3 is a game changer for gamers around the world, and it allows developers to give back to its community, he argued. So definitely some a lot of speakers out there today giving their points. They go on to talk. A lot of people that spoke today. Oh my God. So definitely a lot of teams out there building and networking. So it's good to see, but there's going to be some things coming out from this out of this blockchain week in Paris that'll probably be some more bullish news, and that's what I'll be trying to get some everyday updates and bring them to you guys as quick as we can as well.
Yeah, definitely. And that's always amazing. Let's see what the news brings to the market, I guess. And then these conferences seem to have a positive impact on the market
Yeah,
when
I
there's
know.
a lot of bullish news. So
Yeah, and I know Andy just recently spoke at a conference. I think it was this morning, right before our time. And I went back and got to see it, and some of the things he was talking about with regulatory things as well as NFT. So it's gonna definitely gonna be. It's one of those times of the year where you're starting to see a lot of these conferences and a lot of networking. So it's good to see a lot of people on the ground and being able to go out there and do that.
yeah. And then my last article, a character we know very well, Logan Paul's latest NFT project reignites community anger. So Logan Paul has a new NFT project to promote, but investors aren't happy. The YouTuber has left a number of unsuccessful projects in his wake, were previous project scams or poorly managed. The launch of Logan Paul's latest non-fungible token project has instantly sparked anger from the crypto community who wants him to be held accountable for creating and promoting a string of highly dubious crypto ventures. Announcing his latest passion, 99 Originals, on April 10th, Paul was immediately met with a wall of negative responses. Users remain particularly angry about the famed disaster project CryptoZoo, a series of hybrid animal NFTs launched in August 2021, which imploded on launch and left investors out of pocket. Crypto sleuth Zach XBT summed up the community's anger by reminding Paul about CryptoZoo as well as digital collectible series. Remember when you rugged everyone for millions with these cash grabs just last year? When will this be reimbursed? He said. If Logan Paul were to attempt to make his investors whole, the repayments wouldn't come cheap. One user alone said to be down a 7-figure sum thanks to the mismanagement of CryptoZoo. And what they said here was it was found out that he actually took stock photos off Photoshop and then changed them around the images of the hybrid animals. And that's what's pissed people off about CryptoZoo. And then on top of it, it was also less officially billed as a redemption project sort for Paul following his earlier promotion of the failed shitcoin Dink Donk. For the uninitiated, Dink Donk was an anthropomorphic, phallically inspired cartoon spring shitcoin, which quickly crashed in price and was later revealed to also have been created and drawn by Paul. So it's just a lot of projects that went out, and this new project is on 99 Originals. It's the latest Paul offering. At this time, the YouTuber is aiming more limited release of NFTs based on photographs he's taken himself. With fewer NFTs and simpler concept, it appeared that less could go wrong with time around. It is possible the YouTuber has learned from his past mistakes. Between himself and his brother Jake Paul, the two have had a wealth of crypto experience to draw upon. Sadly, not much of it positive. And to be honest, I think they cashed out early on most of them. But I mean, people need to do their own due diligence and research to see what really went on with his projects and then make their own judgment as well. But he's probably trying to redeem himself by saying this is the new project, that this is going to last way longer and not drop. And he probably won't pull out of this one because he doesn't want the impact of another rug pull on his hands that might get him in a lot of trouble if he does.
Yeah, man, I think it's well said, man. You got to always be careful with influencers and understand that they're not developers, and they're probably not good business owners either. Other than their own brand, and having a brand versus a business are two different things. So definitely got to be careful taking financial advice for anybody like that. But to go to the last part of the segment today, we're going to go to the trade review. Take a look at the total crypto market cap, some of the dominance features. Right now, the total crypto market cap is sitting at 1.87 trillion. Kind of just still hanging around that floor, that new floor that we kind of got built up from the low 1.4s. Kind of stabilizing in this floor and hoping to see some new volume or something bullish to keep it up. And the Bitcoin dominance right now is still at the 41.8. So just kind of still just floating around between that 40 and 41. And Ethereum dominance is still holding well at the 19.87. Want to see some this get flipped here, this 19 area, and try to shoot back into the high 20s. But again, with all the uncertainties going on around the world, when you look at, even the S&Ps and, some of the stock markets, and a lot of things has been down, and just because of the uncertainty and everything. But I think with time, I think, everything will be okay, right? So that's all I have for today. I know there was a lot of new listens coming up. A lot of new communities have been inside of our Telegram chatting with us and telling us about projects that they intend to list or hoping to list. And if you guys have any or know any, send them my direction as well. But other than that, guys, that's all the time we have for today. Until next time, peace.
Peace. Have a great day, you guys.